So what are investors betting on? Joining us to discuss is Brendan Ahern. He's the CIO of Crane Shares. Brendan, welcome. I don't know if you heard Michael Yoshikami's warning a moment ago, but he thinks there's still a lot more to come in terms of China's crackdown. What's your response to that and your read of the situation there?
Well, we have a singular focus on China. So on a daily basis, we're focused on providing investors with what's happening there. I can't comment on the past speaker, but this morning, one would have noticed that a company called YY is actually taking itself private. The company has as much cash as the market cap of the company. So the executives of the company are saying, if investors aren't going to buy us, we're actually going to take our company private. And I'm sure it'll simply relist itself in Hong Kong. We're also seeing a number of green shoots around clarity and transparency on regulation. Most importantly, the data security law, the critical information and infrastructure regulation will go into effect on September 1st, Kelly. That means there is a finish line. And I think that's been a key problem, is the uncertainty around regulation.
Talk to me about KWEB, which is now kind of the hallmark banner China ETF, if you want to call it that. How do you decide who's in, who's out, for how long?
Well, it is a passive ETF, so it is market cap weighted. We were very hands-on in the construction of the index over 8 years ago to get very specific exposure to Chinese companies that generate revenue online. And lo and behold, 8 years later, it's become the largest China ETF here in the United States. And I certainly am a huge believer as a shareholder myself in KWEB. And I think that, this real uncertainty has weighed on the price action, but we're starting to see a bottoming process.
We're showing the year-to-date performance. We're still down big, anywhere from 12% down to JD, 39% down for DD. So will there be any reshuffling of the names in here? Obviously very specific to Chinese e-commerce, but any reshuffling based on what the Chinese regulators have told you or told the public about its further efforts to regulate data, privacy, and so forth, or any increasingly active efforts to get ahead of potential further moves that could negatively affect these shares?
Well, our index provider did not include DD due to that company having gone public very clearly when it shouldn't have. So DD is not part of KWEB. I think something that we've informed the index provider about, the Holding Foreign Companies Accountable Act. As a fiduciary, we have a responsibility to protect our clients' assets. And if we see a strict enforcement of the HFCAA, we will push for a conversion out of the U.S. names into the Hong Kong names, Kelly.